I would just like for you to please share with me your first, middle, and last name.
Really?
Yeah.
Puncher after this is over
Uh-oh.
with. Evelyn Marie Boyette.
And when's your date of birth?
August 17, 1933.
And what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Ooh, yeah.
Blue, sky blue, powder blue, any blues.
I love that. And what's your favorite flower?
I would have to put that with the rose.
Did your mother ever give you any information about what that day was like when she had you?
My mother was undemonstrative in all ways. She didn't talk, and she didn't need to be talked to because she was all the time busy with a house full of kids. That's what they did back then.
Yeah.
Have kids.
How many siblings do you have?
Deceased and alive.
To everyone.
Either.
Yeah, either.
Total of 11, I think.
Wow.
11.
Where do you fall in the line?
Next to the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, there were 10 before me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was the 11th and one more.
Okay.
12 total.
Ooh, your mama was busy.
She was busy.
Okay.
And very, very poor. We were very, very, very poor.
Sure. So now I've got some questions here for you. These are questions that have been gathered from your kids and grandkids. Okay. These are questions that maybe they've wanted to ask you. They might even be questions that perhaps they already know, right? But now we get to have your answers documented. You got it. Okay. What is your favorite or most used curse word? I'm sorry. What was it?
Shit. Wasn't it? I'm constantly.
I love it. Sometimes you just gotta let it out, right?
And a lot of times it's because I'm back there taking a shit and I don't want to.
What's something that maybe your kids have taught you as a mother? What have you learned from them?
Great things. Great things, actually. How much love there can be in certain actions, words.
What do you remember most about your mother?
I just think her goodness. She was a good person. She was a hard worker and she was always busy. As I said, she had a house full of kids all the time. But she was so good and always there at the ready to help you if she could. She had a lot to give.
How are you most like your mom?
Well, I used to say quiet, but I'm not quiet anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be very quiet, which my mom was.
Yeah.
You know, just not up and having a conversation.
Sure. But now that's changed?
In me, it has. It's like I can't keep my mouth shut.
If you could go back to any age, what age would it be?
You're 30 or something like that.
Okay.
That would be a better age for me in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
You know, the finding out things I needed to know and having the job I could do and making an income that I needed to be at. All these different accomplishments that just kind of put that at a time that said, yeah, you can handle this.
If you could tell yourself anything at age 30, what would you have said to yourself?
Stick in there. Be positive throughout.
Yeah. Tell me about a challenging time in your life, and how did you get through it?
Okay, well, I was going to say any challenging time always had to do with something involving one of the kids.
I think her most recent challenge in the past few years was dealing with my dad's Alzheimer's, and she pretty much dealt with it single-handedly.
Do you think we can talk about that a little bit?
It was still a pretty hard time. It's hard to believe it could even be happening.
Yeah. How did you handle that with your husband? How did you get through that?
That was too hard to understand, how somebody could give you their little peck of a kiss or a hug or something, you know, and 5 minutes later just be ready to throw something at you.
Yeah. Especially if it, you know, caring for a husband, a spouse that you've spent years with, and you're now feeling like you're losing them. How do you cope with that?
You have to learn to let go of things that aren't important.
If he were here today, what would you say to him?
Oh, I'd say, miss you. And I've been saying it to him for a while now. Like, it won't be long now.
If you could be reincarnated, what would you come back as? Or who would you come back as, right?
I'd be somebody like Levi.
What? Who's been your favorite president so far?
Well, folks, I gotta say Ronnie.
Yeah. Right. What advice would you give to your family on how to be happy?
How to be happy is really, you have to work at it more than you expect you should have to.
Yeah.
I think it's just your overall being the person you are and being able to share yourself with the people you love.
What advice would you give to your grandchildren and great-grandchildren?
Oh, the biggest piece of advice I could give all of them is to be loving to your sisters, brothers, cousins. I want those grandchildren to be happy, to be related to the other one. I want all of them to love having the others for siblings or cousins or anything.
Yeah. Can you describe yourself for me in 3 words?
Ratty.
Okay, that's 1.
Catty.
2.
I used to be quiet, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, put that as a past participle, I guess.
You're outspoken now. I like it. You've redefined yourself. You've discovered this new voice of yours. I love that. I think that's important.
I'd say, Mom, I've failed you miserably because I could never open up. I mean, she had so much to give, and I don't think she ever got the chance to give it all away, just because it was not her time, not she didn't have enough time to get to feel all the things she should have had.
Yeah.
I was just one of 11 or 12 kids that should have been able to do something.
You've certainly lived on, though, her legacy by being a great mother with great kids. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, that's true.
They love you so much that they brought me in to capture you. That's a pretty cool thing.
That's
So I think your mom did pretty darn good with you.